Hellstones. Mage mood.
Everyone should trade with me for Vantis Room.
Can we use it on her now since we can target her? I guess so.
Yeah, just use it in this room and it'll automatically use it. Thank you to Joseph and Citizen who helped make this possible.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Where is Kale?
He is family visiting, so he isn't on.
Oh.
Trade with Mike when you get a chance. Do you trade with Mike? He's giving us Vantis runes.
So, if I can't target Queen Ashara,
Yep.
am I
Just click on it in this room,
right here,
and it
It's got the
automatically
glowy thing
assumes
around
you're
him.
targeting Ashara.
The bear.
Oh, there it goes.
But you can target her. You can click on her.
Oh yeah, you can.
He's literally next to you. Target Queen
I'm gonna go
Ashara
ahead and drop a cauldron.
and then use it.
Katie
Target Queen
has
Ashara out
the
there
cauldron tonight,
in the-
so she
outside
can
the
drop
fish
a
tank.
new one.
And use it. Yeah. She's over there. It's okay. I love you too. It's okay. What's wrong?
All right. Other than Andrew, is there anyone new tonight?
I'm sorry. We'll be okay. Let's just have fun. I'm thinking this is time with you.
Okay,
guys.
Bonami.
This is fun to me.
Uh,
Oh, there's a
Well, I'm
cauldron.
not new to the fight. No.
yeah. So I'm going to do a refresher of the potion or the fight, and I'll focus on some of the new mechanics and new strategies that we're doing for Bonami. So phase one, the major difference is we are going to be splitting up or changing where we fight the ads. Aethanel will be by this moon marker, and we'll sort of go backwards to drop off the goo. And then I will be on Seranus and tank him over by the square marker
Feast is down if you didn't see it.
when he needs to be out of line of sight. That's really the only major change with phase one. The intermissions is the major mechanical change. During this part, you can get up to 2 decrees, and you have to make sure that you are adhering to the decrees as best as possible. There's also 2 additional types of decrees. there is a you must be moving and a you must stand still decree. Before I get any further, I'm going to see if mission
Needs advantage. 2.
Okay, mission is on Discord. So, intermission, there are 2 decrees. You need to do, try to do both. So you might get something like move and soak, in which case you can run around in circles around an orb. You might get stand and soak, in which case you need to minimize the amount of movement you do and soak. To help facilitate this, we should roughly start spread out around this orange marker, because an orb will always spawn in this general area. So that way, if you get stand and soak, your responsibility is the orb closest to orange. And let's get a lock closet down for
Did you get 2
mission.
potions?
And then everyone else can sort of split off and go deal their own thing. It's imperative that we soak as much of the orbs as possible, and it's better to have 2 medium orbs go off than 1 small one and 1 big one. So you want to kind of make sure we're sort of dividing it up. Especially in the second intermission when we have stacks and more of the purple ward, it's going to be more damage, so we need to make sure those arcane orbs are depleted. Yeah, and to Haike's point, the stays, it sort of spawns around you that you have to stay within. That's why we want to sort of roughly group up around orange. Phase 2, the main thing is we need to make sure that we are dealing with the arcane bursts, which means we need to hide from the raid. A good spot to be hiding from the raid is the skull marker. So if you get arcane burst, you should try to hide from the raid over here. You can also use the other platform, but ideally if you sort of position yourself here, the raid can be all stacked up where they're at right now, and you won't hit them and you won't hit Ashara.
Mike, Katie and I will take care of the cleansings. If people will go over here, that'd probably be the best.
Yeah.
We'll try to keep an eye on where they are, though.
Worth noting that we might get 3 debuffs. So mission or Rude, you might have to help with the cleanse.
Cool.
I'll do the first one, Katie do the second, and then if there's a third, whoever's closest.
We'll probably only get 2 though tonight. So phase 2, other than that, we are, so strategy wise, we are doing the burn strat. So that means we are essentially ignoring the phase 3 ads and just burning the boss. So once we survive the second intermission, we are ignoring the Tide Mistresses, and we are just focused firing down the boss. We should still be cleaving down the Myrmidons as much as possible, but the goal here is to just burn the Shara as quickly as possible. We will still be activating the charges. We still need to bait out the void zones. But we're just going to ignore the Tide Mistresses. And to help sort of make sure that these outer wards have as much as possible, we are going to be tanking her near the central ward. That means that is going to be the primary spot where you will be taking stacks. You'll want to get at least 4 or 5 stacks. We might need more towards later parts of the fight when people are dead. We will bloodlust on after we sort of deal with the charges. Some other points. Remember, if you are back here, or in phase 1, you should be able to avoid beckons. In phases 2 and forward, ranged and healers, except for mission, need to be away from the boss so we don't have to worry about beckons. And then finally, I want to sort of review what we're going to do at the start of phase 4. So at the start of phase 4, she's going to be over here by this moon marker. The raid should be back in that little area where everyone is right now. What's going to happen is, first we need to bait out the void zones. So everyone should back up towards the wall near the purple marker behind the raid. And then as soon as the void zones hit, everyone's going to run up and stand in melee range, like behind the boss. We are then going to drop Spirit Link Totem, and then Salvation. We'll go over to the console and hit all 3 charges back to back. And then we are going to hit Bloodlust, and we are going to try to kill the boss before we get the next set of charges. If we do get a next set of charges, Brian will use his Tranquility for that. And we don't need to reposition. Also, once we sort of activate all the charges, the raid should back up again, so that way void zones don't spawn on top of the boss. I'll try to step everyone through it. So I'll be saying things like, hey, back up for void zones, stack up in melee, activate the console, bloodlust, spread out. Mission, this is particular for you, but in the intermissions, the damage comes from sanction stacks. So when players have a lot of sanction stacks, that's when you should be using single target heals and DR cooldowns.
Kill her.
If you get more than 5 or 6 and you have a defensive, you should use it.
Yeah. And follow what other people are doing at the end of the day.
Any questions about the fight?
Hey, I love you, sweetheart. Let's have a good time.
Let's do this.
Turkey tank.
Red Paladin only has 2 roles. Hammer the Hulk and wings the little ones.
And hit the boss.
Oh, speaking of the little ones, do we need to kill them inside the middle circle or outside the middle circle, or does it even matter?
Ideally, so what we should be doing is they're going to group up on the center. I'm going to leg sweep them. When leg sweep ends, I'm going to ring of peace them, and hopefully they'll be dead by then, but the real goal is to just kill them as quickly as possible.
So it's worth saving a shorter duration cooldown to blow them up.
If it's an AoE cooldown.
Yeah. It's a little girl. John has a little girl playing.
Andrew, I was reading Binding Shot can bug out for the Hulks. And he can just ignore it. So once we started stunning the Hulk in the center, we didn't have any problems, so I'm inclined to just stick with it. If it becomes a problem, we can swap to that.
Let's rock and roll.
Your battle shot?
Let's do these.
5,
Battle shot.
4,
Yes,
3,
sir.
2, 1. 4,
Ah,
Three,
I need to do it again.
2, 1.
Somebody doesn't have it somehow.
Vulcan 5.
Even if you charge it, it overrides the stun as well.
That was my bad, sir.
Rude dog bubble.
Beware.
Can we get Citizen back up?
Yes. Vulcan 5.
Goodness. You got hit by the lightning orb. What? Just watch where you're stepping.
Run away, little girl. Run away.
Mission. Brian has a lot of stacks. Root has a lot of stacks.
Run away, little girl.
Beckons.
Run away.
Little one.
Another heart soon to be broken.
Bursts.
5,
Stack middle.
3, 2, 1.
Sure.
Beware.
5,
So we get the blue.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Hide.
Rude star, soak please.
big ad.
5 purple.
Run away, little girl. Run away.
First one's down. First burst.
Where
5, 4, 3,
Five,
stacks should be getting in the middle.
3,
We have decrees.
Oh my gosh.
run away, little girl.
Alright, you can wipe.
Run away.
Saw a number of people running out of their stay circle.
Yep.
You have proven yourselves unworthy.
So I had stack and soak, and I was doing both, but I kept getting stacks.
Your orb probably went away.
Yeah, because even if you're solo soaking, your orb won't last the entire time.
That's what I just kind of figured out. It also depends on how many people are soaking the orb. If more people are soaking, it'll go away much faster. So you're gonna have to go find a new one.
So soaking goes away as soon as the orb disappears. So as long as you're in the last tick of the orb, you'll lose that part of your decree.
As long as there's an orb up, what I've seen is that it still wants you to soak.
And when you have the soak orb, it's got the little purple thing over your head, right? That means soak.
Yeah, that'll go away as soon as you absorb the last tick of any orb.
Okay, and then I had spread and soak, and so did we say that orange was the spot that we were gonna do that, so we don't stack on other people, or did we have a?
So
We talked about
orange
that
is for the start of the intermission for the person who gets stay and soak. So we should all be loosely gripped up around orange, and then that way whoever gets it can always stack and soak. If you can't make it to orange in time, then just make sure you're along this circle so that way you're near an orb.
And so when I had spread and soak, I should have just tried to find an empty orb that nobody was on and got to that one.
Yes.
Or you can call out, "Hey, I need an orb," and then other people that have stack and soak should move off.
Okay, fabulous. I'll do that.
Me too. Oh, I didn't even look. Oh, I was reloading my UI.
I'm gonna change a little bit of orientation. We are going to maintain phase 1 positions. I'm
Yeah,
shifting
just watch where
phase
you are.
2 to be
That's
sort
what
of where
killed
we
you. There
were
was a
at
big
last
boom.
time on that purple
It's
marker.
the lightning orb. Yeah.
That means the bursts should be on Skull, because the raid will be over on the other side of the console.
Talking about the burst that needs to be cleansed.
Yeah. So basically, we are sort of dropping all that stuff on the ground for blue in phase 1. So we're going to go over to the purple side to make it easier for positioning. And that means everyone should be over here for phase 2 at range. So that way you can avoid the beckons, and then get behind to Skull to cleanse the burst.
Okay, so range where in phase 1 and where in phase 2?
Phase 1 can be over here.
Phase 2 on the other side. Okay.
Phase 2 on the other side.
Yeah, sorry.
You can kind of think of it as this half of the room is for phase 1, the other half is for phase 2.
Also, we do need people to move out to get cleansed from Arcane Burst. A couple folks were not doing that. It's going to do a lot of damage if everyone gets hit by it.
And is there a trick to running out so you don't get pulled back into the bubble? I always try to run to the outside, but it doesn't always.
The run to the outside is only applicable in phase 1. After that, it's run away from Ashara.
Yeah, just get as far away from Ashara as possible.
If you're standing kind of outside this little blue circle when you're doing most of your damage is ranged, then you should be able to stay away from it in phase 1. After that, Ashara just try and keep some distance.
Yeah, in phase 1, Ashara's beacon will always bring you about here. So during phase 1, this is not a good place to be. So hang out over here-ish.
The risky part is after the first Hulk, she will cast Beckon, and if he went over to the green marker, you might be trying to run back and then be right here, and she pulls you in, and then you're gonna get shielded. So what I would almost do is take a super long way until Beckons are called, and then jump across. Almost follow the edge of the room. Or if you're following the Hulk, you can almost swing around like this, back here, and DPS him, and then that sort of helps give you.
Also, if you get targeted for Beacon, just drop an Angelic Feather and run away. Because I use Tiger Dash and I'm just bolt away. Gives me a lot of room.
Yeah, just drop whatever you're doing and move away from the purple marker in phase 1 or Shara in phase 2 and forward.
Could set up a gate on one of the sides of it, because you can use that while you're being back.
Can you really?
Yeah, you can use the gate.
I didn't know that.
So if you want to set up the other lock gate on the left side of it or something.
Yeah, somewhere over here, between here and the purple marker. Yeah, that's good.
Okay, here we go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. I call the cursed lovers to enter the stage. Their eyes long for one another, yet their gaze whispers
Watch those lightning orbs.
Big guy.
Beckon's coming up in 3 seconds.
Beware.
Watch it.
Big guy in 3.
Here's our decrees.
Intermission.
Someone get the orb at orange.
Music on the
I get
background.
citizen.
Really? That's funny.
Little ones.
Go to the console.
Nice. Keeps open center.
Oh, that works.
Also, don't dispel those if they're not line of sight, because she just cast more than next time.
Beware.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hide. Intermission.
I'm behind the boss. I'm standalone. Absorb.
Stand alone, honey.
Get away from the boss.
What's that?
All DPS on Ashara.
Ranged if you can, interrupt the drain wards before they get the shield.
Hide.
Got stuck on the corner.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Beware.
Someone else is gonna have to get console.
Yes, Star, you are back.
Got the first cleanse.
I'm available to soak, but I don't know which one.
Just
Middle.
hold up. Soak center.
Soaking center.
Run away, little girl. Run away.
Alright, bait out the voids.
we lusting here?
Lust and stack up. Someone when
Stars down.
drop Spirit Link and hit the charges. Someone. All right, spread out. Soak center if you can.
Beware. 4, 3,
Watch the eye.
1. Beware.
Should I reincarnate?
Yeah.
Second console.
Let's do the console. Do it slowly. Grind and try. Alright, we're good. Stop.
Beware.
Watch eyes.
Rue got mind control.
That won't hurt.
Oh, really close.
Dang, guys, that was super close.
That was really good.
That was very close. So the one where you're supposed to move, there's a lightning bolt that follows you. So you have to literally just move in a circle. Yeah, so if you get the march command.
For a second, I thought we were gonna one pull that.
If by one you mean two.
Was that second pull?
That was second pull.
Oh, it was that quick.
Yeah, but
We
now
could
we got
write
the
the-
good, so we're good.
I figured we could write the first one off as not the real deal.
Refresher.
Yeah.
The real thing is we need to wipe now for an hour, and then we'll get it on the last pull.
Yeah, that's exactly how it works with us.
We could just skip the wipes and just come back at 9:50.
That'd be better for the guild funds.
I just have our best interest at mind.
Thank you, David. You're an excellent person.
Hey man, I try.
Did everyone pot at Bloodlust?
I did.
I did.
Any questions? The main thing there is don't die.
Yeah, that decree is just, and then you can ice block it if you really have to. Just ice block it.
Remember to take the charge. Point the charged spears away from the race.
If you get, when you see it up there, the little hand, if you got like 7, 8, 9 stacks, ice block.
Posture check.
Just ice block because you're gonna die. You will die. I'm so postured. I scrunch up with my feet under me in my computer chair. Then they fall asleep. Officer chat, just FYI.
Did we bloodlust last fall?
Yeah.
We did, yeah.
I think we should lust as soon as the ads come out. Because by that time it's just a burn. Unless
Yeah,
you're
I was
just hoping
trying
we
to
get,
find the timing.
unless you're hoping we just get buffs from the con.
That was my hope. Is to use the have Bloodlust and the buffs up at the same time, but honestly, there's such a long delay between the console that I'm inclined to Lust as soon as we're out of intermission. Yeah, that too. So this time we're going to Lust after we get out of the intermission. That should also help the healers top people up. Any other questions?
Are you going to call for Bloodlust, or you just want us to hit it?
I'll call it. For those curious, that's going to be around the 4 minutes and 45-second time. If you want to sort of space out your cooldowns and according.
Wait, it's 4 minutes between, or when we get the little guys coming out, or did I miss that?
We will be using Bloodlust around the 4 minute 45-second mark.
Okay, gotcha.
We probably would have had it if like 2 more DPS were alive. Yeah. Yeah. Actually, it was about 8%. Yeah. You can do it. You can pay attention. Let's rock.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I call the cursed lovers to enter the stage. Yet their gaze
Watch those orbs.
There is no power I cannot defile.
Hulk is up.
Run away, little girl. Run away. I cannot bear the sight of you. Be gone.
Got someone orbed.
Beware.
Watch the orbs.
Big guy. Intermission.
I cannot defile. You've grown complacent. Allow me to liven the
Okay, I have.
I need
spread and
someone to stack
soak.
with me.
I'm
Please.
in front of the far end. I have spread and stoke, so
Back.
stay away from me.
Is that you, Dom?
Oh
Yeah.
no! Don't come stack on me.
Hi Shay, Mission has stacks. Mission you might want to follow.
Okay, there we go.
We have mission.
Little lads.
Little ones.
Brian, I'll dispel myself first
Okay.
back here.
Middle orb.
Beware.
5,
Console orb is at
4.
half.
3, 2, 1.
Don't soak yellow. Only soak
So
blue.
blue. Hide. PD
Tom,
Dom.
Taishe,
Mission
go
hide,
soak
get
console.
blue.
Crap.
Sirens, come forth! Hoax the power from these ancient wars.
Intermission.
Rattle the chains that bind him.
Soak orb, stand alone. Please,
I'm right under orange, but I can't move if someone doesn't mind hanging with me, because I've got.
I'm by purple.
You just need someone to stack with me.
Flawless.
Still soaking middle.
Yeah, keep soaking middle.
Star, you got console.
Can anyone get me up?
Get Brian up. Hide.
The diamond has been made.
Oh, that's gonna be death forever. That's too many dead.
5, 4,
Should I reincarnate?
3, 2,
No, we're waiting.
1.
Beware.
Oh, you can wait.
Like fear and LOS at the same time.
It's too many deaths.
Zelithra, aid me! Together we can hold her here! Now you will know what it means to be trapped, Ajara! I am...
Yeah, you were. Yeah, you were doing great actually.
Alright, let's take 5.
Oh well, that was pretty close there. Get it. Oh, I'm gonna pull my mount out. I can repair.
Talk to me.
You good?
Glad I could help.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Is that a weak word you guys are using that is saying is like in say chat? What you
Yes.
got?
That is the link in guild chat.
Okay.
The
I can
second
link
one.
it again if you need. Like a direct import from the client.
So on the when you when you get the stacks, I thought we were supposed to go to whichever place had the damage happening at the time. Is that not?
The stacks for the drain salt.
Well, the stacks where you have to stand on one of those podium thingies.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I was about to reiterate that. Primarily throughout the fight, our primary point of stacking should always be the blue one. Generally speaking, this is going to be the central ward. But whenever she casts Reversal of Fortune, it will swap spots with some other ward. So, if you need stacks, always default to the blue one. Other major thing, remember that we are switching to the other side of the room for phases 2 and forward. So after we deal with the intermission, we should be over here, where I'm jumping up, like this general vicinity. And we're by Skull in phase 1. And then in order to reduce the amount of noise coming out in the intermission, try to only call it out is if you are having problems. So if you are trying to solo soak and someone's standing on you, or if someone is, if you're standing alone and you need someone to help you out, you don't need to announce what you're doing. The weak ward will do that for you. And like 1 or 2 stacks of sanction is fine, not a big deal. It's when you start getting really high stacks that it's And that's what's going to kill us. Everyone reflask.
Oh, yep, your flask.
Feast.
Yeah, let's drop a new feast.
Let's get going. Let's kill this girl. I want this done. I want to go to sleep early.
And after we eat, we need shout and AI.
Arcane Intellect when you can. What? Oh,
Never trust a mage.
never trust a mage.
Can never trust them.
Speaking of Terminator, how are we feeling about that new one?
There's a new one.
Yes.
Cautiously optimistic.
I agree, cautiously optimistic. It doesn't look bad.
Bonami, can you do me a favor and just tag Athanel with Mystic Touch on the
Are you and Tom jumping together? I think he's jumping with you. And now he looks like me. Oh, we have to kill things.
You can
5,
DPS, Serranus,
4,
whatever, just tag him.
2, 1.
Mr.
4,
Freezy out.
3, 2, 1.
I call the cursed lovers to enter the stage. Their eyes long for one another. Let their gaze endure. Be gone from my gaze! There is no power I cannot defile.
Big guy in 3.
Push the orbs on the ground.
Beware.
Nice. Intermission.
Cool. We don't even get the second big guy. Solo soak. You have to find an orb.
I have a stay and I need to.
Go in there. Go in there. Go in
Someone
there.
come with me.
Go in an orb.
We have to soak both.
Okay, that works.
Big stacks on Katie. Mission app. I remember switching to the purple side of the room.
You're alive.
You should not be in line of sight of Skull. Little ones.
got Taishe.
Stack middle. Clear up. Yep.
4, 3, 2, 1.
For blue, it's gonna switch.
5,
Make sure you go to blue.
4,
Get
3,
stacks.
2, 1.
Hive.
Beacon coming up.
Big ad, kill it. This is gonna right into intermission.
Go to the orange orb.
Need someone to. Too late.
Big stack submission. Bloodlust.
This is not gonna work. There's too many people dead.
Run away, little girl. Run away.
I got another B-res.
Save it. And hide. Let's actually just fight.
Did you have ice block? Use both of them? Okay. Not everyone's soaking in the same orb. It's still to play.
So I just want to reiterate our strategies for the decree. We need to loosely group up around orange for the one person who gets the do not move and soak. If you have someone else, if you have some other decree combination, whether that's soak, spread out, whatever, you need to make sure that we are covering the rest of the orbs. So only one person will be staying where we are at the
What did
transition.
you get? Solo soak?
Or after the
You have
decrees
to
go
find
out.
an orb that's not being used as fast as possible. That's a tough one. How did you run out of ice block though?
I'm actually going to
Okay.
move it real quick to make sure it's in the right spot.
But you died.
So if I have a stack in soak,
Oh,
I am
you
moving
died 'cause the
away
orb.
from the orange mark.
Okay.
If I have a move or a solo soak, like be alone and soak, I'm moving away from the orange marker.
Yeah,
Only
solo soak.
stand
You want to go over here.
and soak stay.
If you have a solo soak, honey, just find an orb you need to stand on. Try to be alone.
Decrees are the main thing that's hurting
Yeah,
us.
it's tough to find.
If we get through all the decrees with everyone up,
Yeah, because
we
it's
basically
very hard. That's fine too, though.
I had them move the drop stuff on the floor. Is it okay to take that to the outside of the room and drop it out?
like
No one,
the
it doesn't
decree.
affect anyone else. Only you can.
Yeah, just
Sorry.
kind of run around in a circle.
Now that it says moving solo, it's better to stay away and be on the outside.
Yes. So if you move and soak or move with someone, I don't think you can get moving. Move and solo, it's better to be out.
pieces down over here.
Yeah,
That's
the
annoying.
little lightning scrolls that spawn during the decrees are only for you. So run through people, whatever.
Actually, that's really helpful. I didn't know that.
Yep.
She's out.
Five, four, three,
Here we go.
2, 1, 4, 3,
We got this.
2,
We got this.
1.
I call the cursed lovers to enter the stage.
Big guy in 3.
Beckett in 4.
Run away, little girl. Run away. Beware.
Lawrence Rennis. Crease.
Stay near orange.
Solo and no soak.
Dom, I have spread and soak. Stay away from me, please.
Oh, get on the other orb. I think you both had solo soak.
Big stacks on app and salvation. Get on the purple side of the room.
Okay, here we go. Beckett in 5.
Little one.
I got 1. I got out.
It says not.
4, 3, 2.
Wrong side tag.
Beware.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Get ready to hide. Hide. big guy.
Kneel before your queen. From darkness, sirens come forth.
Here's our second
Intermission.
decree.
Coax the power from these ancient wards.
Follow the intermission and do it.
That bind him. Drawing upon the heart of Azeroth, feeding its energies into her.
Thank you.
Someone soak that.
Bloodlust.
Dang it.
Soak center and get Brian up.
Right in
Get
front of you,
Brian up.
Charles.
Stop, Mike.
Move
Get
out.
stacks in center. Hide first.
That'll do it. That'll do.
5, 4, 3,
Uh,
2,
let's just wait.
Yep, that's gonna do it. I don't know. I don't know what happened. Where did you get the? Where did the thing hit you? You got the spike. You got the.
Make sure we are cleaving down that ad.
But where did it go? Where did you die approximately?
You have proven yourselves unworthy.
Oh. Huh. Then you probably put it in the right spot. Did it go through any of the like statues or console?
If you have an overlap of hide and the spear from the Myrmidon, it is more important to make sure that spear goes outside the.
Where did it? Can you just tell me
So
approximately?
it does you like take the detonation
Oh,
and
yeah,
make sure the
that's-
spear
it went
doesn't
through
hit the
It
console,
can't hit
or
this.
you're gonna want to use the defensive cooldown.
So the Myrmidon's gonna be right here. If he's gonna shoot anywhere you like, if you're standing where you are right now, he's gonna shoot this way. So just stand right here. Just to ice block would have been good. It's okay. There's a lot of going on. Yeah.
Feast is still up.
There's
If
a
you have
feast right
queries. Unless that's a new one. I just didn't notice.
I'm not upset. I was just telling you. There's a lot to do. I'll let you know if it's the one targeting you. So if it is targeting you, just kind of go into an open area. Because I think what happened is the console was hit by his spear, and that'll send out a big boom.
Arcane Intellect.
Fort.
Alright, here we go. Good old fashioned bird. Doing his thing. Mr. Freezy. Oh, he's already out. I see him. Cool. I'm not upset, by the way.
5, 4, 3,
Do our best here.
2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I call the cursed lovers to enter the stage. Their eyes long for one another, yet their
Hulk.
Beware.
Decrees are out.
Intermission.
Get the orange.
Solo and move.
Someone get that big orb. Get the big orb.
Beckon in 5.
Little one. Get stacks on blue.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beware.
5,
Blue is that green.
3, 2, 1.
Hide.
How do you get stacks in the middle?
Add.
Far side.
I got Dom.
Get stacks on blue.
Don't dispel when they're in mid.
Intermission.
Y'all get stacks, please, on blue.
I'm over by the console and I need a buddy, please. I can't move. Left of orange. Just need a stacking buddy. This...
Just wait.
Oh, you actually lived. Huh? Oh, you just ice blocked it. Ay. I got an easy one last time. Okay. There's a feast here.
Reminder, if you get Arcane Burst, you should be going to the skull marker, and only players standing underneath the skull should be cleansed.
Which means in phase 2, it really is a bad thing for people to just sort of hang out over here.
Yep, that's why you need to be out of line of sight of the skull, unless you're cleansing or being cleansed.
Sort
Everyone
of cuddle up against the side of this thing to get cleansed.
Yep. During phase 2, everyone should be about here, unless you're melee.
Just to call out the point that Fairstraw's just made in chat, if you don't have the decree, don't soak. If you don't have any of the soak mechanics, you can still soak. So for me, last pull I had move and something else, so I just ran around soaking.
It's a good idea.
The lightning spells don't hurt other people.
Yeah, but if you see an orb with a whole bunch of people in it, don't go in that one, because it could make it go away before everyone else's
Yes.
buffs.
Prioritize
Bigger
orbs
ones.
that don't have people.
Mr. Freezy is good.
And if you have, like, if you're in a group of people and you see someone with the arcane orb run toward their orb, just follow them and like try to load balance between different orbs.
Come on, guys, let's get this so we can all go play Classic.
Yes, please.
Hour long queue, right?
Not with TeamViewer.
You have 2 accounts?
Nah, man, just leave your PC on and get TeamViewer.
Sorry, that was the wrong button.
Here we go.
5, 4, 3,
Let's kill him.
2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1.
I call the cursed lovers to enter the stage. Yet their gaze is calamity. There is no power I cannot defile.
Hulk in 5.
You are mine.
Dom's bubbled.
Beware.
Big guy.
Degrees.
Degrees.
Rude bubbled.
You're solo. Just stay alone. You might want to ice block then.
Stacks on Tack and Jordan.
You're okay. Just keep doing your thing.
And Andrew.
Back in.
Get out of line of sight of Skull. Little ones.
Hug the console if you're at Skull.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beware.
Gonna blow up.
Get ready to hide.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Tom, Jordan, get stacks, please.
Go in the middle.
There's nothing to stack.
Yeah, there's nothing to say.
Cool. That's a first.
You're good then. Don't worry about it. It's alright.
There is now.
Grab ad.
Big ad.
Far side.
Coax the power from these ancient wars. Rattle the chains that bind him.
Degrees.
Drawing upon the heart of Azeroth, feeding its energies into her ritual. You've only just
Get off this top orb. Get off the top orb. Bloodlust. Use stone. Get mission up.
I got DC'd.
I use your
Get
potion.
down. Get ready to hide.
Wait, Dom. Go.
Soak center.
5,
4,
4,
3,
3,
2,
2,
1.
1.
Beware.
And the world awaits its true queen.
Or soak blue. Soak blue.
Just wait for it to come back to the middle.
Together we can hold her here. Now you will know what it means to be trapped, Ajara. I am Ajara. I was destined to lovers' hearts.
Bait boy zones. So we get away from console and center.
It's too many.
Alright, stack up. Drop totem.
I'm down.
Wow, someone used the console.
Beware. 4, 3, 2,
It's a lot.
beware.
Just wait.
That's.
was wrong. You have proven yourselves worthy.
So is that a spear that did us in?
No, all three
Arcane
or burst went off.
It's super important to be
Okay.
phase
If you
2.
get the little circle around you that kind of pulse, big circle.
If you have an icon above your head and you're not a tank, then you have Arcane Burst.
Hug the console, and then someone will dispel you.
Arcane Burst. You go to the skull marker. Hug it really close, right here.
Because if you're out here where the marker is, you're still in line of sight of the boss.
If you
Pretend
are
you're in timeout.
if you are a healer, I assume that you are going to cleanse yourself. But there were 3. Did we get 4? I felt like we got 4 actually.
So if it hits her, she casts an additional one for everyone that hits her.
Yeah, okay. Because I cleansed 1 person.
The last time we did have 4, because the first 2 hit her.
So you gotta hug this wall. If you get Arcane Burst, I will come first, and I will cleanse someone. I don't know exactly who I'm gonna cleanse. Just kind of go from top to bottom. Once it's off, move away. Go back over here. If you do not have Arcane Burst, you should be hanging out over here, such that you are not in line of sight of that skull marker. So not back here, not in the middle.
It's actually, like, you've got a pretty wide area over here in this quadrant with the skull, or the red X. You must move, and, like, it is super important because this is what's wiping us now. Now that we've got decrees, the Arcane Burst is what's killing us. But 100%, do not cleanse. Like, healers do not cleanse someone unless they're on Skull. And, like, if you have Burst, you have to get to Skull. And if you can't get to Burst, get out of line of sight of Ashara and just let it tick out. The damage in these phases is not super important. I don't care if you have to sit still for 20 seconds out of line of sight. Just, and I don't really care if both people with bursts stack on Skull until they're cleansed. That's fine. Like, this is the most important thing right now, is getting the burst people onto Skull. And you need to be, like, on top of the console.
And why is it you want to blow it there?
Because if the burst is cleansed, so just to sort of reiterate how it works, Arcane Burst is a 20-second debuff on you. Magic debuff. When it expires, or when it's cleansed, it triggers an AoE damage effect on the raid. If Ashara is hit by that AoE effect, next time she casts Arcane Burst, she will cast an additional debuff. So she usually only casts 2 debuffs, but the first time we did it, the cleanse, either we cleansed it early or we didn't hide, both of them hit the boss. So when she cast it again, she sent out 4 Arcane Bursts, and then they expired again, and that's why we lost like half the raid. So really, only Katie and Brian should be cleansing, and they should only be cleansing on Skull.
So no one should be over here except the people who have Arcane Burst, and Katie or me.
And we're on the far side, just kind of popping back, getting into your line of sight to cleanse you, and then coming back around. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, I'll be kind of jumping around like here, and then I'll walk around, and I'll go, boom, you're good, and then walk back, and then Katie will come in, and boom, she'll cleanse.
And yeah, and we won't cleanse unless you're there because it's bad juju.
Yeah, if you're hanging out right here and going woohoo, I like being Arcane Bursty, it's just gonna go off and it's gonna kill everyone.
And we're all gonna blame you.
So any other questions about Arcane Burst?
And you do get a little marker above your head, like I think App has it above him right now.
Yep.
This has been on me for like the last 3 pulls.
Well,
You got it last time.
you're lucky you got Arcane Burst every time.
Brian, can you call out when Arcane Burst is about to happen?
I sure can.
Thank you.
I'm getting into teacher mode.
Doing much better on decrees.
Feast.
Oh yeah, that's right.
One more try. One more try.
Fort.
One more try, ladies and gentlemen.
Mark of the Wild.
Blessing of Wisdom.
I really wish I could cast Mark of the Wild.
It'd be relevant in this fight.
Did we already drop a repair bot? I just missed.
We can drop one.
What are your thoughts on Thorns?
It is one of the best balance and feral essences in Mythic Plus.
I was talking about the classic buff.
I know.
You mean you hit the druid, you get hit, and that's all that happens?
Basically.
And you stack that with a red aura.
Do we drop repair bot?
Oh, here we go.
Alright, repair bot's down.
Let's kill it. Repair bot in the back.
This is the run. Make it count.
Last pull.
Yep, it's the last pull.
Last pull.
Come on, guys. Let's all go play Classic.
Or go to bed.
Classic.
Def Classic.
It's a
Alright,
classic
clutch or,
problem.
alright, clutch or kick.
What?
Clutch or kick.
5, 4, 3, 2,
Oh.
1. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Call the cursed lovers to enter the stage. Their eyes long for one another, yet their no power I do not defile.
Hulk. Back in 2 seconds.
You are mine.
Orbs.
Beware.
More damage on Serenus.
Y'all, I need you off this solo stay orb.
Someone help me.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna die.
Help Brian out. Hide. Get away from line of skull. So don't be line of sight of skull.
You still alive?
beckons.
Run away. Run away from her. You're good. You're good. You should be fine.
Little ones.
Little ones are coming out. Arcane burst in 3 seconds. Rude and Rosina, you have it. Go to skull. Go to skull. Come over here. Come over here. Over here.
Clean up set. Blue marker.
Okay, you're good.
It's gonna move.
5,
Clean up blue.
4, 3, 2, 1.
We're going to hide.
Crab out in 3 seconds.
Followed by beacons.
Far
Beckon.
side.
Arcane
Get
burst and
burst.
beckon. App and Dusk, you have beckon. I think we got out of the bursts.
Clean up blue. We're getting an intermission. Intermission first.
Get on the blue center. Solo, no soak.
This Dom, I need someone with me. Thank you.
Someone left the circle.
Last. Get mission up. Do you have Ankh?
Using it.
Stay there, stay there.
Someone else lost for those that didn't get.
Yeah.
Shoot. Use your potion. Use your potion.
Hide.
Hide.
Clean up blue.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Blue.
Wait for it to go back to mid.
Let's get Banami up. Sorry, get Banami up.
You're so mid again.
Bait
I don't know
portals.
where he is.
Bait portals. Get away from everything that's important.
Get out of center.
Stack up. And drop totem. Someone start using charges.
Alright, I got it. I watch it.
High Dom. Get stacks after high beams.
Second charges.
Alright.
Over to the other side.
Brian Trank. Start using charges.
I watch it.
Just 4, right? That's all I did.
Console.
Use defensive.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Dead, someone else just blew it.
One more. Console, please.
Oh well.
Real close, guys.
Much better though.
It's 9:58. We got time for one more.
Now we're done. We should get her on Sunday. Very good job, everyone. Good progress.
We'll get her on
You're
Sunday.
free.
What did we get her down to?
6%.
Yep, 6%.
I think a lot of people misunderstood the arcane burst, so next time we should have it.
Yep. We did a lot better on bursts.
All right, guys. Good night. We'll get her on Sunday.
Good night.
Night night.